Tucson Foodie Pub Crawl. Rock 1 2.1. Who's this?
This is Manny. Is this Beef?
Yeah, this is Beef.
I got an impersonation for you.
Okay, please do.
Beef vegan, this is Optimus Prime.
You're bringing it back. That's a good Optimus Prime, dude.
Me and the Autobots loved your human show.
I knew we were number one amongst Autobots, dude. That's amazing.
Definitely.
What about the Decepticons? Do they listen too?
They listen to KLPX.
Oh, of course they do.
Oh, I can't do that one. Yeah, they probably, there's something else.
Those dicks. All right, clear. All right, we are live on the podcast broadcast. As you can tell, that was Manny calling in, not OG streamer Manny, another Manny with a fantastic Transformer impersonation. I haven't heard an Optimus Prime impersonation. I don't think ever, actually. So there we go. First time for everything. What's up?
Can you call people dicks on the radio like that?
You can. So the rules of the FCC is you can't say it in a sexual nature, right? I can't say, look at my dick, but I could say, look at this dick, right?
Oh,
Yeah,
as a
yeah.
description.
Now,
A description.
I will tell you this. I'm sure if my GM was listening, she maybe cringe a little bit. It is a fine line. It is walking the tightrope. But I probably said dick on Tucson radio now since I've been here. I'm going on 7 years.
I've been saying dick on the radio for nigh on to 7 years.
Yeah,
now.
I mean,
I said it once on your show, and there is somebody who keeps commenting on my Instagram about it. And I'm
Really?
like, yeah.
How did you say it though?
I think we had to censor
and
her.
I was in trouble.
Yeah.
We had to dump it.
If you say it in any kind of like suggestion, it can't be
Yes.
sexually descriptive, right? So that's the thing. And I've always said for now a decade, the rule of thumb is you can say thumb and you can say ass, but you can't say thumb in the ass, right?
Yeah.
So sexually descriptive. So yeah. And I don't even know how many times I've called you a dick on the air.
I know. Sometimes it surprises me.
Oh, I hope it does every single time. I don't say it when you're ready for it, you know?
Yeah, wow.
Yeah. I mean, it's
The other thing is, I would be very concerned if you were always ready for somebody to call you a dick.
Yes.
that's true. Yeah.
I'm really never ready for dick. It's really.
I'm
You're
never
never ready for a dick?
No.
Wow.
Oh, that's fair.
I'm never surprised when someone says dick towards me. You know, I'm only surprised when they're like, look at this dick. And I'm like, oh my God, you surprised me. I was not expecting that. That was a game that they would play in jail. They would call like busting your eye or popping your eye. It was a thing, and it was a very weird thing. So when I went to lockdown in jail and I'm 18 years old, I found out about this game very quickly. And they would be like, hey, Brett, or Beetlejuice. I was Beetlejuice in jail. Beetlejuice. Hey, real quick. And I look. So in lockdown, you had all the cells, and then you had the bars, right? It was one of those old school kind of jail setups like you would see in a movie. And there was about like, I don't know, half an inch to an inch where you could, if you put your head against the bars, you could look down to see all the other cells. And that was where people would bust each other's eyes. So like, hey, Beetlejuice, hey, real quick, did you see this? And then I'm like, hey, what? Boom, bust your eye. You're like, I just saw dick in jail. And then you get really used to it, you know, but still.
I guess women couldn't do the same thing because you'd never be like, oh, tit. And you're like upset.
No
No
one
one
gets
would be upset about that.
Never.
Isn't that odd? And then you know that you're going to start seeing nipples on Facebook and Instagram now.
Yeah, free the nipple, right?
Yeah, it's 100% because of Free the Nipple. And they said they tried to cloak it in all these like human rights things. They made it extra woke. So for trans rights, for Black Lives Matters, for everything. And it's just like, well, you didn't have to say all that. I mean, yes, it's a nipple, and we're just not going to be so restrictive. You should just been like the official statement should have been like, hey, we're going to be more like Twitter. They don't care. Why should we care? I mean, you guys are using us less and less. So what if we showed you boobs? Would you come back? And the answer is yeah.
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 Everybody wants to see boobs.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, in fact, actually, so Jen's on the podcast broadcast today because she has a couple events coming up. She has a show because she's a stand-up comedian, which is hilarious. And she's also going to MC a burlesque show in a few weeks. So she will be back with a burlesque dancer in tow, hopefully in our new studio. So we'll be able to do some actual burlesque dancing on the stream, which would be amazing.
Fingers crossed.
I'm a huge fan of burlesque dance. I really am.
It is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad that I just have to say funny things in between.
Exactly. Yeah, it is super fun. And it's a great date night to go see burlesque too. And it's even great when you go like single. The chauvinist in me calls them obtainable strippers, but that's not the case. There is an actual art form, straight dancing and real women. So a younger me would say that, and older me appreciates real women dancing. And that's what burlesque is. And thank you for biting your tongue, because I know you wanted to punch me just now.
I did not want to punch you. I love burlesque. I love the dancing. I think it's amazing. It's just like really celebratory and like honestly a little bit funny sometimes too. Our holiday striptacular was amazing. There was somebody who was Oogie Boogie. There was somebody who was the hippopotamus, because they wanted a hippopotamus for Christmas.
That's amazing.
And let me tell you, it was a great act.
Oh, I bet.
You did not imagine that a woman would come out in a full hippopotamus costume and then strip down from that.
That is
fantastic.
amazing. Yeah,
right?
it is performance art. It really is.
It really is.
And it is thoroughly entertaining. So, and of course, it's also erotic too, and that's enjoyable. So many different levels of, So that's cool. And that's going to be Surly Wench, I assume?
No, it's actually at the Temple for Music and Art.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think he's out.
It's a temple, huh? Do they serve beer and wine there?
They do. Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Nice.
Because this is the Tucson Teas. It's a different production company than the Surly Wench.
Just the fact that, is it an actual temple?
It is not a temple. It's a cabaret space. So.
All right. Well, there's a bucket list. I'm going to have to go there.
Yeah.
And then we're going to be talking about the show that you're doing here. You got a couple shows, but there's one in town that's already starting to sell well, which is good. But you're going up to Phoenix, to House of Comedy. Rick Bronson's a buddy of mine. He owns House of Comedy and great supporter of me and the show from way back when. A lot of great comedians have come through, and I got to know thanks to Rick. And he just loved the way that we did the show. He would come down with these comedians, sit in the living room with me. And he was very complimentary. Like he loved the way that I would talk to these comedians and fanboy out.
I like the way you talk to these comedians too, Beef.
Thank you. Right? Conversate with them. So this is the first time you're doing House of Comedy?
Yeah, it's my first time doing House of Comedy. I'm doing Cocktails with Tony. Tony B is a great dude. And
Benici?
What?
No, Tony B is different.
Benefar?
Benefar, yeah.
Yeah.
Younger
and so
dude.
everybody's doing 10-minute sets, and then he comes up with a cocktail for you and then interviews you after your set.
I like that.
That's awesome.
That is nice.
I am scared and excited.
Why are you scared?
I don't know what Tony's going to ask. I have no idea. I think it's going to be okay, but we'll find out.
You hang out with these two assholes, right? You know what I mean?
That's true.
So
that's true.
Like, we ask you things. Sometimes we're put on the spot. Sometimes we, cross lines, and you handle it like a pro. You got very thick skin and very sharp tongue. So I think you're going to do fantastic, and I don't think there's anything. It's not like he's going to go out there and me too himself in front of an audience.
Tony's a great guy.
Exactly.
I'm not worried about that at all.
Yeah. If basically he's just going to ask about your material. And shout out Chef Gary as well. I see you. Yeah. So like if you have jokes about your exes or sex, that might be the only thing, like kind of like the inside scoop. So like say your well tequila joke, he might be like, so like, tell me, how bad was it? Right? Yeah. So, all right, let's see. I actually have an example of Jen in work that I want to share real quick. Because got a couple. This is a quick joke called Vax and Boosted. Check this out.
What I'm trying to say, people, is now I am vaccinated. Boys. But you know what? My health is important, so it's okay if I get a booster. It's for my health.
I don't know that I am.
Yeah.
I don't know that. I was talking to Frank about somebody that I was interested in, and he was like, let's shut that down.
Yeah. I will say this. I mean, I'm sure you are vaccinated, and the vaccine like protects you from dying from fuckboys, but not from getting them.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
unfortunately, all I get is fuckboys. That's all I get.
That's because you're hanging out in comedy clubs, man. Why don't you hang out at your doctor conventions? I know you got doctor conventions you go to.
I need to hang out at more doctor conventions. But you know what? One of my recent F-boys was a doctor.
I was just about to say that.
He was a smug doctor.
Yeah. He was an ER physician.
I can see doctors being F-boys. Now, have you ever hear the rumors that the ER is like a sexual, hotbed?
That's exactly who the F-boy was an ER physician.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
You ever hear this?
The worst.
I mean, that George Clooney can get it, but that's the last I heard about ER.
Not the show, and that's a great 90s reference, but no, they say that it is stereotype for our older demographic there, always covering the bases. But no, it is kind of rumor and reputation that nurses and doctors are screwing on the clock all the time around ERs all over the country.
Yeah.
Really?
Hey, she's heard it. So it's not something I'm making up.
No,
this
you're
is
not
like a
making
thing.
that.
Now you think about it like this. First, why is this a sexually charged area? Well, you're surrounded by misery and death and everything else. So I guess the thrill of having some joy.
It's that adrenaline rush that's going all the time in the ER, you know?
Really?
That's what I would imagine. Because even when the success is like, yo, we did it. We just saved this baby. High five. And then
also high other stuff.
Yeah, you high five and then the fingers interlock. And then next thing you know, you're looking for a broom closet.
Yeah. Making babies, and that's how it works.
That's how it is. You save a baby,
save a baby, make a baby.
Yeah.
So that's a nice little date hack. If you're looking to get laid on the first date, try to save a baby's life because she'll rip your clothes off immediately after.
100%.
You can't say no to that.
You don't even need to be a doctor.
All right, we're gonna get back on the air here. Rock on 2.1 KFMA, hanging out with comedian Jen Blanco, who's going to be performing here in town in less than 2 weeks at what screening room? Are you doing screening room?
Yeah, the screening room for Lady Bits, February 4th, 7 and 9 p.m. 2 different lineups.
Nice. All right. Well, we have a lot that we're going to cover with Jen. And of course, Power is going to give you a heads up on what events are happening around town if you want to go out and entertain yourself this hour as well. But coming up next, what do you think is the fastest talking city in America?
The fastest talking city in America is probably New York City.
I knew you would say that, and you were wrong.
What?
Yeah, actually, they did a study on this, fastest and slowest. I'm going to break that down next. And what do you think, Jen?
Miami. I think it's Miami.
See, look at you guys are both going with your home team.
Have you heard Cuban people talk? We talk way too fast.
That's true. That is very true. I just come
from a bunch of Italians that we just like much these words together. It's fast too.
Yeah, well, we're going to find out who's right. And here's a spoiler. Neither of them are. It's coming up next. Me Thinking Presents. I know, but both strong arguments. I assumed New York would be on that list or the top of the list, New York City. And then also, Jen brings up a good point about, the fast talking Cuban. Hell, if just listening to Gloria Estefan in the sound machine, you would assume, just based off that, if everyone talks like that, then that's pretty fast and it's up there. But no, not there. Not on the list of the top. In fact,
I think we would win for loud for sure. We're the loudest people I've ever met.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I don't know. Again, New York. So me and my family go upstate New York and we get out of the car and it's just, it's dead quiet. Boy, it sure is quiet around here. It's nice as well. You can really smell the air. And it's like we're talking like that for like 5 minutes. And we realize are we all screaming? Like, is this just how we are? Yeah. Same thing when my dad was in the hospital once where we're all just like, is it hot here? Who touched the thermostat? We're just shouting as he's laying in a hospital bed. I'm like, maybe we should take it down.
Yeah, maybe. Well, speaking of loud friends, real quick, I'd like to say good morning to Todd Marley, who's popping in on the stream. Good morning, Todd. Do you think Todd could be between Powers and Todd? Which one would you believe is my loudest friend, Jen?
Ooh.
I think I've just meeting Jen, so that's not really fair.
Yeah. It's difficult just on appearances. I don't know who I would pick, but based on my experience, I would go with Powers.
Yes. All right. Well, we have to ask streamers. Streamers know faux show who might be the louder of friends. So a quick poll. Who's the louder of friends? Is it Powers or is it Todd? How you doing, Todd?
I'm doing pretty good, although I don't know why it's suddenly a contest of loudness. That feels really like
everything is a competition in life. You understand? That's what everything's a game, and we're
strong
all just playing.
Strong no.
Oh yes, no, that's a strong yes. If you're not playing to win, then you lose. If you're not first, you're last. Yeah. I'll drop 4 wisdom.
But do you lose if you're not playing the game?
Yeah. Yeah. First off, you have no
Oh.
choice to play the game. You are automatically submitted into the game as soon as you come out of your mother's stomach or vagina, depending on the birthing
At
process, right?
no point in
C-section,
time do you come out of your mother's stomach.
Yes,
In any
No,
of those
I was
situations.
sorry. I was a C-section, so
I'm a
you know,
C-section baby as
stomach
well.
adjacent.
Todd and I.
Abdomen, but it's not through her stomach. Like
Listen.
we're gonna go back to biology, my
Listen.
friend.
Hang on.
over
Till we
here.
get a doctor in here. Oh, wait a minute.
Okay.
Ah.
All right.
Fine.
So, but we, the fact is, the point is, neither Todd or myself have had any contact with our mother's vaginas. So 1 point for us. Yeah, that's right.
That's
Were
a
you a
win.
C-section baby?
I think I might have secretly been adopted, so I'm not sure.
I
Yeah.
was a C-section baby.
Yeah.
See? Okay, then high five to you too. You're the only vagina toucher here, Powers. All right, hold on, back on here. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Don't say anything I just said on the podcast broadcast at
Okay.
youtube.com/beefvegan.
That's
Todd
the
Marley's
rule.
joining us as well.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
He sounds like we trapped him.
Yes, we
He is
did.
here against his will.
All right, he
Forgettable
is. He didn't
life
even know he was
decisions.
popping in. Yeah. So as we left you with this tease, we're asking you, what do you think is the fastest talking state? Actually, so Power said New York. Jen said Miami means Florida because Cubans speak so fast, but neither of those states made the list according to this recent survey and study. Because I'll give you a couple fun facts. This was research from Preply. It's an online language learning platform, and they revealed which U.S. states have the fastest and slowest talkers based off this data. And here are some fun stats. The average rate of speech in all states is 5.09 syllables per second.
Okay.
Okay.
So five.
The
You
state-
just say 5.
All right. Well, no, that 0.09 goes a long way.
Yeah.
Long
right.
way.
Ah.
Because it may be only like a decimal off from the next one.
That's true.
Right?
Yeah, it was a
Right.
close race. And again, everything's a competition. So next time that you have a conversation, try to speak a little faster, cram an extra syllable in there, so that way you can put Arizona in the top 10 because we didn't make it.
Oh.
Yeah,
Really?
New York didn't
What
make
about
it
this?
either.
Oh.
Yeah. In fact, actually, the way it breaks down, the fastest talking state in the entire United States,
Yeah.
Minnesota.
Minnesota?
Minnesota,
Yeah.
yes. And that is, basically Canadian brothers, right? They're the ones up so north that they are kind of honorary Canada.
They might as well be Canada.
They
Yeah.
might as well,
Yeah.
right? Oregon,
It's-
number 2.
Why?
Because they did this study. Portland, Oregon is the city with the fastest talkers
That's
on an
drugs.
average 5.38 syllables per second.
You know why?
What?
Coffee. That's the coffee.
Well, Seattle, you would think would be the coffee
Seattle,
place,
yeah.
right?
No, that whole area. They love the coffee, right?
No, you're just going
They
to go
love
the
the
whole
coffee.
area.
We're saying states. It's a
Everybody
state.
loves the coffee. It's what he wants to
Well,
talk about.
Yeah.
Seattle's
If
in
we're
Washington,
saying-
not Oregon. You know this.
Yeah.
Okay. so-
Oregon would be drugs.
Yes.
Very drug friendly state. So that's meth.
Okay, yes.
Oh,
And that would be, and
I-
that's stronger than Starbucks.
yes. Good point.
I thought that cannabis would bring it down.
Oh,
Mm.
also.
You know?
Touche.
Oregon's way harder than that.
There's a lot of back and forth. Yeah, there's, like none of this makes sense, to be honest with you. And there are arguments on both sides as to why a city or state should be faster or slower talkers.
Keep going.
I do have a feeling I would know, you would guess the slowest talking state, though.
Texas.
Nope.
Oh.
I was wrong then. Jen, give me a slowest talking state according to this Preply.
Alabama.
That's close. Number 4 on the list.
Okay.
Texas is number 9.
Okay.
All right, Todd, I'll let you guess as well.
Louisiana.
Number 1 answer
There it
on the
is.
board.
Ah,
Yes,
nailed it.
It's so obvious when
Louisiana.
you say it.
Well, it's
Yes.
not Mississippi,
Yeah.
Alabama. You know.
The slowest average rate of speech in Louisiana is 4.78 syllables per second. So they're a couple ticks slower than the fastest, but the draw and the way that they do it, maybe it's because they're drunk.
Wait, so the slowest is 4.8 and the fastest is 5 point what?
Yeah,
3-8.
look,
That's what we're
I
talking
know
about
that
here?
doesn't
0,
seem like
0.9.
much to you, but when you break it down and you're an expert that breaks down these seconds by the seconds and you add up those seconds to a minute, then it makes a big difference. So that's why. So
guess so.
you're saying per second, syllables per second, right? So again, there's 60 seconds in a minute, and it would take a person from Louisiana 15 minutes to say what I just said right now,
Mm.
based off my math. Keep it. Yeah.
Don't get your math from Beef Vegan.
Yeah, I was just saying the smoke coming out of his ears right now as he's doing math and reading.
Yeah,
Oh my
headphones
God.
on. It kind of keeps it in. Keeping the conversation moving on the podcast broadcast. Join us, youtube.com/beefvegan.
I love his defenses.
Good.
I have headphones on. It keeps it in.
Yep.
Can't
So-
see it. Liar. They know you're lying. They can see that you're lying. But then every now and then, people on the podcast, they'll see something like this. First off, here's lovely Jen.
Hi. How are you?
And then when I go back
there-
here, then all of a sudden there's like, oh, look at all that smoke come out of my ears. I mean,
Wow,
that
that's so
happens a lot.
crazy.
I
There's-
didn't think it was coming out of his ears. I thought it was coming out of his rear.
Oh, same difference.
Yeah.
It's all connected, right? You're your nose throat doctor. No, you're not.
No.
You're just.
I'm an audiologist, just ears.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But I don't think that those two are connected. Hopefully,
You
Gosh,
know-
God willing.
I know you have a policy of not giving your friends any medical advice, but we're not really friends. So can you please look at this ear? Because I still could not really hear out of this ear, Jen.
What is
Oh my God, I
wrong?
forgot to
Yeah.
bring an otoscope. If you had told me in advance, I would have brought one.
Ooh, next time bring
Yeah.
an otoscope.
Okay.
That'd be fantastic. An otoscope is just basically looking into the ear.
Yeah.
Okay, and what else does it do? It's the thing that nurses have. You talking
Yeah,
about?
nurses
Oh.
and doctors have otoscope and they look in your ear just to see if you're healthy, check your wax, all that fun stuff.
Okay, so you could tell if a person's healthy or not based off what's inside their ear.
I can tell if their ear is healthy.
Okay. I was wondering if it was kind of like a dipstick for your entire body.
Nope,
Ah.
not a dipstick in that manner.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
All right, that's good to know. I just recently got health insurance. I don't know what to do with it though. And
I'm so happy for you.
I'm
I
pretty
know.
sure that means you don't have to solicit advice randomly with health insurance.
I'll have to
You
try to
can-
book. No, honestly, like her copay is probably a lot less than anyone else's. It's still gonna cost me money, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this is the delicate balance that a lot of Americans have to face in life. Either like live or be broke.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, yeah,
It's
like
rough.
I would totally love to get checked up on and feel better about myself and my health, but at the same time, pay that bill.
I actually have a joke right about this. So I took my dog in to the vet once
Mhm,
because she was attacked by a bobcat. She's fine. Don't worry.
mhm.
But I took her in and they give you a high estimate and a low estimate for how much it's going to cost you. And
Right.
you're like, absolutely, I'll pay whatever. You do it. And I'm like, gosh, wouldn't it be nice if I went to the ER? And I'm like, oh, how much is this going to cost me? High estimate, low estimate. Mommy's not worth it. She's going home to die.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I swear to you, there's been plenty of times that people have been in that situation where, like, I could save my dog's life, my best friend, the one I love so much, until you say anything over an X amount, whether that's 3,000, 4,000, whatever, and it gets super expensive. And I ask you why? Why? Dogs are smaller, first off. So if you're going based off of actual just net weight, I should get a discount. Don't
Wait a
give me
minute.
human
If we're
prices.
doing that, can I get a discount then?
Yes.
Since I'm child sized?
Yes.
I'm only 4'10", guys.
Right. I would discount you all day long.
Thank you.
Yeah. And like, as far as like, say a heart surgery, whether it's my heart or your heart, mine's going to be at least twice the size as yours.
Now, that's where the science falls down because this Grinch over here, I'm pretty sure has a heart 3 sizes too small compared to Jen's very big heart.
I do have a very big heart.
Yes. And there's another child reference today.
What do you mean? Okay,
Grinch.
the
He
Grinch
Grinched
is
me.
pretty much a staple
Yeah.
for having
Yeah.
a small heart. It's just a
But
you
no,
know,
but you got to
metaphor.
think in reality, though, like my heart wouldn't shrink. In reality, is my lifestyle would make my heart enlarged, whether I care for people or not. So
True.
there's actual, science based behind this joke as opposed to, nursery
Cheese.
tales.
Cheese crammed in there.
Yeah,
Lots of
exactly.
that. You gotta cram
So
all
much
that
cheese.
cheese in
Yeah.
there.
I mean, in fact, if you wanted to put money on it, like a chicken of the sea bet, like the $1 million, I guarantee you, I don't care how many times I call you a dick, my heart's not shrinking. And as soon as I drink this coffee and hit this vape and have my grilled cheese, right? No matter even if I don't care about orphans, my heart's still getting bigger. These are just science facts. I mean, you're a doctor. You can back me up on
Yeah,
that.
that's the science.
That's true.
I think Jen just got
I'm
lost
with-
to the disappointment.
Yeah, and we all know that he only sees Dr. Pepper, so
He
give
can't
you that
afford that.
I give
He's getting advice from Mr. Pibb at best.
he doesn't go to Dr. Pepper. He solicits advice from Mr. Pibb.
I heard him the first time. I mean, Jesus, you don't have to repeat every
That's
time.
hilarious.
You just made a knee slapper. You son of a- All right. You know what an emotional vampire is?
Oh God. Yes.
Yeah. Is that a real term? Because
That's
I've
a real term.
I've called girls that. I'm like, she's like an emotional vampire.
Yeah. Well, they
Definitely
caught on.
dated emotional vampires. Yeah.
Right.
Oof,
So
the
yeah,
worst.
I have it. So what makes an emotional vampire worse for you, Jen Blanco?
Oh my God. Like people who are they just want to take you on their sad journey and like nothing that you say will help. And they just like keep crawling deeper. And I'm like, you've sucked all of the joy out of me, which is very difficult to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just hate when because do you attract that type of person? Because I attract that type of person.
I do. Yeah. Because they see the
Yeah.
joy and then
Yeah.
they want to come and steal all of the joy.
With friends as well. Because remember, I used to own the business. So you
Right.
attract comic book kids, you attract the artists, and then, oh my God, you'll solve a problem for them. But geez, they don't want their problem solved.
No.
Right.
So it's tough.
Well, I got good news for you. There is advice on how to set boundaries with emotional vampires that I can share with you real quick.
Oh, please do.
Yeah, and these are, again, you guys are spot on with the definition of what an emotional vampire is, and it's whether you're dating them or just people in your life, and it could even be your family, So they expect you to be their rock. So setting boundaries protects you from getting the life drained out of you. So here's what experts suggest you do to set these boundaries with emotional vampires. First, anticipate, right? Then prepare your boundary setting response, okay? Then plan. So remember, you have two categories: behaviors you will and will not tolerate. So you got to decide in advance on how you're going to handle them both. Question, like, are you ready to follow through on this plan? And then finally, they say modify your plan. Don't, however, back down. So it's really just kind of setting those boundaries and saying, look, dude, if you're going to try to suck the life out of shit, like you say this, and if you're going to be Mr. Pity Party, then I'm not going to listen, going to walk the other way.
Yeah.
Right.
I tell people whenever they're like, oh, everybody, nope. Don't give me any sweeping crap about people because everybody this or everything sucks. Nobody's hiring. No, that's impossible.
Yeah.
It's impossible. Stop being so everything.
I don't even let my kids say never and always.
Good.
Because I'm like, those aren't words that mean anything.
Yeah, there you go.
That's true.
I really have to.
You can never say never.
I have to draw on the line in the stand with Frank actually because he brings me. He almost pulls me.
You mean
in the
powers?
opposite direction.
Powers.
Into a sorry, we don't use the F word. My bad. But like he pulls me up into a good mood sometimes almost, and that's not. I can't go.
Well, yeah, when he's knee slapping your
we
shitty
just
jokes.
shared a laugh.
like-
That was such a great joke.
Yeah, and it made me. It warmed me up inside, and I'm not sure about that.
Don't do that.
You want to be cold inside, and you don't want.
Yeah,
That's what happens with people.
You don't want
around.
our reverse
Right.
energy vampiring.
I'm a Care Bear stare of like positivity.
no, see, I've known Todd for over a decade now, and one thing I've never done is boost him up, because he likes to be down in the muck. So I make sure to continue to commiserate with him. Never anything positive. So don't do that. You're gonna create a monster. He's like in a cocoon
Warm
right now.
feelings inside.
Man,
I might start having self-respect.
He can't handle it. No, don't give this man the self-respect.
See, his heart's growing through. That's what he's feeling right now. His heart's
Is
growing.
that what that is? I thought that
again,
was like a pain
that's
in the
his
left
diet.
arm there. I thought that was something else.
Nope, that's different.
No, his heart's growing because his wife is a fantastic cook. So
You just got to
Which
smoke
we gotta-
her. It's not doing anything good for me.
yeah, well, you need to have people over here soon. We need to link up again.
I do
You
wanna hang
missed
out.
the,
I
you
missed it.
missed the night that we hung out there, had game night, which was a fantastic time, and we've been like dying to go back and do it again. So we'll get ready for that. Do I have a flyer for your comedy show, Jen?
Do you have one?
A digital flyer?
I don't know if you have a digital flyer.
You're actually gonna
But I
bust
can-
out paper and
I
put it
actually
onto the
have
camera?
paper.
Okay.
I also have a digital version, but this is the flyer.
Oh.
Hold on, I'm going full screen so you can
Boom.
look at those lady bits. Look
Yeah.
at Jen's lady bits flyer.
Lady
What?
bits.
I'm just reading it, dude.
Yeah.
Obviously,
No,
this is the
do
name
it.
of the show. They know
What
the
she
joke.
wants. Look at her lady bits.
Yeah, look at those lady bits. That's exactly what I am trying to promote here. I also got stickers for you guys today.
I'll
Oh,
take a new
nice.
sticker.
yeah, I
Everybody
have a
loves
glitter
stickers.
sticker and a big giant sticker.
I do like big giant stickers, but I'll take glitter.
Glitter.
Yeah.
Do you want?
I like
glitter?
when lady depend. Never mind.
You don't like
yes,
glitter on your lady bits?
Actually, I don't mind glitter on my lady bits.
Yeah.
I have dated a dancer or two.
Yeah.
Yeah, it happens. And you can never, here's a beef tip for today. In fact, actually, I'll probably repeat it on the end of the show now that I'm thinking about it. For men out there, never cheat with a stripper because the DNA is all over you. You get caught every time. When you come home sparkling, they know exactly what you did.
Yeah, glitter is an STD.
Yeah, glitter is an STD that takes weeks for you to get rid of.
Glitter is a wonderful thing because you can never get rid of it. It just goes to where it's needed next, guys.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It just goes to where it's needed.
I'll put you on my list for my next glitter bond.
I remember
that.
when HPV came out with that slogan as they were trying to just change the narrative.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
I have edible glitter in my car right now because you just never know when there's going to be a glitter emergency.
Is it really edible?
Yeah, it's very much edible.
I
So
mean,
then
anything's
you
edible
poop
if you try
glitter?
hard enough.
Yeah.
You do not actually.
Mm.
If
Yeah.
you want to poop glitter, eat too much Lucky Charms. Trust me.
Really?
No.
When it comes to cereal advice, I believe them. What up, 10? Good to see you. We'll be having you guys in studio here soon. We got the big local love show happening on February 25th as well. Great lineup for that. We'll be out and hosting and participating in at the Rialto Theater. So we got a lot of things to gear up for. So that was a good paper flyer. Next time we'll do a digital flyer. Might even
I'll send you
landscape it.
digital.
Yeah.
I think one of the bits I sent you of her explaining her lady bits, being lady bits and not lady bits, was one of the videos.
Oh, that's one of
Maybe.
I have
I don't know.
attention loaded up real quick. Here's another bit from Jen Blanco that you'll be able to see at the Lady Bit show at the screening room. No, screening room?
Yeah, at the screening room.
Oh, yeah.
You got it.
I don't know why I hesitated. I do love the screening room. Check this out.
Oh, I got another bisexual in the audience. Everybody always asks me when they find out, they're like, oh, you're bisexual, do you just like attention? I'm like, I also do stand-up. I do, I like it. Do you have relationships to not get attention? What is wrong with you?
Now, something new about Jen Blanco.
Oh, did you not know that?
I did not know that.
I mean, I don't, it's a newer joke. I realize that I don't really say that on stage very often, but I did get asked that question and I was like, that's rude.
Yeah. Is it, do you think as a doctor, do you think it's normal for most women to have a little bit of like a bi curiosity in them?
So if we look at the Kinsey scale, it means that everybody's on a spectrum of their sexuality, right?
Uh-huh.
So nobody is 100% anything.
Right.
And I mean, ladies are really hot. I don't know what to tell you guys.
Ladies are hot.
Ladies
Did
are
you know
hot.
that?
Did you know?
Ladies are super hot. Yes.
that's
So
science.
on your Kinsey scale, what percentage of you would lean ladies?
Oh, that's hard. I had this conversation with one of my friends the other day who was also on that scale.
Right.
I think I'm 75% dudes, 25% ladies.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm 99% ladies and 100% badass. What's your percentage on the scale there, Powers?
Did you read that right? Does that not say dumbass? I thought.
No, it's
it
it's
says
badass.
You're right. I have it upside down.
And yeah, nobody's gonna agree with you on that. So, what's your scale?
I'll go not 95.5 because this one time I was watching. I think
There you
it
go.
Was it Katie Couric's husband?
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I just felt weird about it.
Real quick and totally unrelated. Tell me why you love The Rock so much.
Well, the People's Champ is the most electrifying man in all of entertainment.
Uh-huh.
You know,
Yeah. Okay.
easily the most charismatic man.
Yeah. Okay.
Tall.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
muscular.
I'm watching you get aroused right now.
Oh,
Yeah.
are you?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I think,
sorry.
I think it's more than 5% just based
it-
on how he was talking about The Rock.
Yeah. When it comes to Dwayne Johnson, at least
Well,
you're at
we were
least
talking about
50-50.
when it comes to Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah,
Dwayne
that's
the
not fair.
Rock Johnson.
If Dwayne The Rock Johnson was in here, I would go 100%. What the, that's not a fair human being.
Yeah, no, I don't care. I'm 100% hetero when The Rock comes around. If I'm gonna make the switch, I don't want to get destroyed on my first try.
He's gonna get with Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart's still packing. You gotta watch out for those little guys, man. They know. They might as well call him like tri-top or whatever.
Tripod?
Tripod. Yeah, there it is. All right, Powers, what's going on this weekend? We got events for people to go out and enjoy, right?
Oh, we do. Jeez, we got a bunch of them. Did you hear about this thing? What happens around town? I think it's well, we'll talk about that last. First that's happening is Ancient Aliens at Rialto.
Yeah, did you hear about this, Jen?
I did not, and I love Giorgio Tsoukalos way more than I should.
Well-
Yeah, I could tell by the gas.
Well, thank you for
I gotta-
pronouncing his name because yes, he's in town.
Yeah.
A couple more percentages back on the hetero scale for Jen Blanco just because of this. Yeah, Ancient
I
Aliens.
don't find him attractive at all, you guys.
Nah, you know, sapiosexual, whatever. If you're into aliens, you're into weird dudes. So, yeah, this is a live show from Ancient Aliens, obviously the Discovery Channel show or whatever.
History Channel.
The History Channel. Very entertaining to watch on TV, but I wonder what they're going to be doing live to make it entertaining for a crowd at the Rialto Theater.
It's a 90-minute experience, so that
Okay.
sounds super fun. They're all here, a bunch of them. All right. And it's a lot of discussion about thought-provoking extraterrestrial theories and fan favorite topics.
I love like the whole formula of Ancient Aliens. It's transparent. It's essentially not giving you any answers, just asking questions, right?
One of my kids was way too into Ancient Aliens and kept trying to like talk about it at school, and I was like, "Let's rein it in. That's a theory, kid. It's
Yeah.
not real." Like,
yeah, they're like, oh, the pyramids and stuff. Could it be made by aliens?
Yeah. Hmm?
maybe
That's it.
Ooh.
That's it. They don't give you an answer. They're just like, yeah. Oh, the moon. Could it be a space station? Could it be made of cheese?
I hope it's made of cheese. You know,
I-
he does.
Yeah.
What cheese would you want it to be made out of, Powers? Though.
Oh, it would have to be, I think, some sort of weird green moon cheese or Gouda.
Gouda would be an excellent cheese for a moon. Provolone as well. I do like that.
Provolone. I think
Yeah.
I'm going team provolone or
Yeah.
brie, just like a baked brie. That's what I
Oh.
would like it to be.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. No, that's a fancy ass moon. All right. What else we got going on in town, Tucson?
All right, well, we got lots of fun stuff. You want to go check out some music? The Rowdies are going to be at Chicago Bar. Why they won Best Cover Band of Best of Tucson in 1996. But
Still.
they're still crushing it.
Yeah, so if you like hearing some of your favorite songs performed live by musicians, Chicago Bar's got you covered tonight. I think $5 cover. What else going on in local music?
Well, we got lots of fun stuff happening, but there is something important at the Rock happening tomorrow at about 2 p.m. And it's Memorial Show. DJ Looney's going to be there. So
Yeah.
I love DJ Looney. And it's for what your friend's name's Eric. I don't want to mispronounce his
Yeah,
last name.
Eric Bianetti, I think. I messed it up. Probably messing up his name, but Stands with Fists going to perform. Tons of performance. Havoc's going to perform. They was in studio yesterday. I think there's about 10 bands all together. And then Havoc is going to be suspended
Yeah.
while performing, which is crazy just to even say and try to imagine. So that show is going to be sick. That's going to be at the Rock,
Yeah,
and it benefits Eric's family. So,
Body suspension, like the
Yeah.
way they do it, like tattoo conventions and stuff.
yeah, they put hooks in the back of your skin and they
Yep.
hang you up, and then he's going to have this euphoric natural pain high and rapping while doing it. It's like watching a music video that would get banned on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Live
Yep.
at the Rock. So
Heck yeah.
shout out to them. And so that's for local music fans. And then what else here, Powers?
Well, we got Old Tucson reopened, so you can check out Old Tucson back to the Wild West. They had a good Christmas, they had a good Halloween, but now we're back to traditional Old West stuff, petting zoos, lots of fun things. Admission covers everything, so you don't got to pay anything extra.
Welcome back, Old Tucson.
Yep, and welcome to Tucson if you're here for the Gem and Mineral Show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you are out of towner, listen to this station because you're here for the Gem Show. Thank you for tuning in, and I hope you enjoy looking at rocks for the next 3 weeks because
Yeah.
there's a lot of them. We have
Gems.
the most in the world.
Indeed, gems, rocks, minerals, but my favorite thing, fossils. Lots of fun dinosaur bones around as well. And
Where can you see fossils? Are there any fossil exhibits around?
yeah, there's a few. I would just go to the event page because they have a listing of 50 to 60 to 70 venues. And then there's the one you just got to find walking around because the Gem Show is essentially everywhere.
Yes, it is everywhere in Tucson. Awesome. What's the website to find out information on that? Do you know it?
You can go to visittucson.org and they have a really great breakdown of it. That's where I
Okay.
got my list.
Excellent. All right, we're going to keep the conversation moving on the podcast broadcast. We got more Beefy Presents on the way. It's Rock 102.1 KFMA. Clear. All right, good.
Question.
Load.
Question. What is the Old West traditional petting zoo?
yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah. It's
Oh, like horses and sheep and, like that type
Oh.
of petting zoo.
I want to pet a coyote.
Just like they
No.
had in the Old West.
Yeah.
Just,
Yeah,
just like
just
it.
like that.
Amazing.
That's
Words are
exactly what they
hard.
had in the Old West, Todd. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm learning
that's
about
good.
history right now.
This
They
is
have
not where you should get your history. You
At
shouldn't get your
all.
math here. You should get your history here.
only good doctor advice and That's a scale of how gay you are, apparently.
Yes, absolutely. All right, I'm gonna get ready, hit the reset, and I want to show some more clips here. But earlier this morning, Powers and I had fun with the morning. In case you missed it, went a little something like this: Smashing Pumpkins. It's now 6:15 and time for your morning moron. Let's do this. This one made me giggle. All right, so if you're stealing electronics, you may not care if it's new, like in the box or floor model.
Sure.
Normally, if it works, it's good to go, right?
Yeah.
But what if that electronic was a sex toy?
Okay.
That's the question I'm asking you right now.
Well, is it just on display at a store, like tied up like a laptop?
Well, this is in Australia, so not necessarily tied up, but there is a man in Australia who was caught on the surveillance camera stealing from an adult store last weekend. Now, the owner says he picked up a box, saw the $142 price tag, and then put it down, right? The item was a very, very big phallic toy.
Okay.
All right. Which explains the price. You know what I mean? Kind of get what you pay for. $142. I'm imagining it's like an arm, right? And actually, surprisingly enough, in a lot of places, they do have arms.
Yes, they do.
You've seen them.
On the internet?
You just saw, you looked that stuff up on the internet?
Sometimes, those websites will just give you anything in the ads.
Okay, so not to be weird, but I've been in these adult stores. I don't mind, shopping for accessories and stuff like that. Spice it up. And yeah, I've seen the arms. They just have full-blown arms for sale for gratification purposes. And it's odd. I never met somebody who was like, I need me one of those, but they do sell them and they fly off the shelf apparently. In this situation, I don't know if it was an arm, but it was a very big phallic piece. And he grabbed the tester version, which was sitting out. It's quote unquote the tester version.
Sure.
And he stuffed it into his pocket, tried to act like the man, oh, no, that's just me, right? And then walked out the store. Now, he managed to get out the store without being caught, but police have the video and they are looking for him. And the owner says the guy, and of course, this is Australia, so he says it in an Australian accent. The guy thought the floor model was easier to steal than the one in the box. And he adds, hygienic-wise, stealing a Tesla would not be my first choice. I can't do the accent, but I do a little arm shimmy. Can you do the Australian accent?
Stealing me tester wouldn't be my first choice.
Yeah. Do it again, Australian. You're like the Crocodile Dundee of perverts. Like, it's just, you're like, all right, mate. I understand you want to steal this phallic item, but stealing the tester wouldn't be my first choice. Or me first. Yeah.
That thing's huge.
And that's true. And that's the only reason why we're spotlighting this guy as the morning moron, because you could steal any other item in the store and they had plenty of different versions of the same item that you stole, right? The clean, sanitized, not used.
No.
In Australia, yes.
You get to use it?
Yes.
What?
Yes. It's different laws down there, man. It was a country built on criminals. So they got the tester room where, you're like, I don't know if this is good for the keister.
Wow.
I wish I had an Australian accent. I got to work on my accents, man.
Something to focus on.
Give me an Australian sentence and end it with keister with an accent. Here we go.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, good day. I don't know where he's going to put that thing. Hopefully it's not right up his keister. How's that?
Yeah, not Australian enough. I'll tell you what. Right. I have Giovanni and the Hired Gun tickets.
Yeah.
21 Up Show, 191 Tool. If you could sound Australian and then use the word keister in a sentence and it sounds extra Australian, I'll hook you up with those tickets. I need somebody to help me out here. 600 KFMA, 605-3. Yeah, Jen, can you be Australian and use keister in a sentence? No?
I don't think I can.
I want to hear you try so bad. So even if you fail, we both failed miserably.
Good day.
We had a couple callers call in and they failed miserably, including OG streamer Nick. So
okay,
all right, let's do it.
Here we go.
Get down under.
I'm sorry. That was I laughed too much at that one.
Yes.
So we're gonna start with crikey. That's what we said, right? We're gonna get crikey and put it right up your keister.
No, see, British.
Yeah, British.
Nice. Yeah, that's an elegant keistering.
Yeah.
All right, Todd, your turn.
Crikey, mate. You look at what he's doing with that alligator over there. Nope, that didn't work either.
I went Scottish to I don't even know what that
like,
Louisiana.
Something else immediately.
Yeah.
Isn't that amazing?
It's
put
tough,
it right
right?
up his keister.
Yeah, any streamer, if you guys can do the Australian accent, call me right now. 600 KFMA, 605-362. I don't want to end the show.
Keister.
without hearing a good Australian keister.
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 Yes. There's a lot of different sex items. I'm Forrest Gump now.
That's right off the tip of your tongue, Mike.
There's a lot of things I'd like to stick in my keister. I wouldn't use a used sex toy.
Oh my goodness.
Whatever. That's what the story was for Morning Moron.
Good to know.
Yeah, a guy stole used sex toy, and it's just like the owner was just like, it's not the first choice I'd pick for my keister.
I had a friend who all of her toys were stolen.
By
Somebody
whom?
broke into her home, and that's all they took.
That's creepy.
That's gross.
They probably didn't take them to use them. In all fairness, they probably just took them to smell them.
Oh, stop.
And that doesn't make it better.
I know it doesn't make it better, but I'm talking as far as germs are concerned and STD purposes, a little bit safer. But yeah,
He's worried about the crook getting an STD.
Yeah, I'm not worried about the criminal.
Well, I mean, for you, like you wouldn't use a used sex toy because of the concerns that you might get an STD or, throw off your pH balance or whatnot, right?
Yeah, your pH. Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
Those ladies are always worried about their
medical
pH
advice.
balance.
Yeah, that's every day I wake up and I'm like, is the pH of my, good? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Jen, quick question. Did the invention of those little spa strips to check the pH, did that really save a lot of time in your day? Not having to get a sample and drip in and then shake it like it's pool? No?
You guys laugh, but the pH balance can make it smell funky. Yeah. All right.
Oh my God.
Rock 1 2.1. Who's this?
That's no noise. That's a dingo's arm, and he stuck it right up his keister.
Nope, not
British.
Australia.
It
No.
went British.
Yeah, it's so British.
I mean, it was better than mine, but
Yeah.
it was still British.
It was pretty British. Oh, you hung up. All right.
Oh, instant rejection.
Yeah. No, I mean, no, it is what it is. But yeah, no, the pH balance is real. I mean, ask a doctor. Other than an ear doctor, obviously.
Yeah, that's not really, that area is not my area.
Oh, you have one.
I have
Lady
that
Bits is
area.
the name of the show.
Lady Bits is the name of that show.
Yeah. So, I mean, how you not going to know about Lady Bits if you name an entire show off of it?
I mean, you're right. When
Yeah.
you're right,
No,
you're right, babe.
he's not right. This is not when he's right. He's right at all.
I
Don't-
am.
Yeah,
I
don't
am
do
pretty
that.
right.
Don't
That
do
was a bunch of word salad, and you just got confused.
Yeah, that's how I win most of my arguments. Babuski. All right. I want to, I'm going to do, I think, on the air, just a couple science stories. I want to show you something real quick. Beast retweets. This is really fucking cool. And this is that an air ambulance service is testing a gravity jet suit for mountain rescues. Right. So we are in the future. These gravity jet suits are a thing. And now, say somebody goes hiking and they break their leg and they're in a spot that's hard to climb to, or at least it's going to take a long time to do so. You can't necessarily land a helicopter in there. You might be able to just kind of like take a ladder down off a helicopter. But again, that's very Tom Cruise like shit, which is very dangerous. But what if they incorporating jetpack? This is gonna be honest with you. Watch this. This TA shit. Look at that.
Whoa.
What was correct?
It
Right.
feels like real life Mandalorian.
Yeah, we are there.
Oh my God.
We are
Live
there in the future. Yeah, full blown jetpack. And look at, if you notice too, and it's probably, is it windy?
That looks like a green screen.
I know, Mr. Cynical, that you think it might be a green screen, but by checking my resources, I think it's legit, and I might stand by it. See how the wind blows?
That was so much commit. I think it's legit, and I might stand by it.
Yeah, let's see.
I think, and maybe.
Todd, what do you
It
think?
is.
Do you think this is real?
It is this is legit. This has been military
Yeah,
has
it's
been
true.
showing off this kind of check for years
Oh
now.
no, I mean I know it is. I'm just being a jerk.
Yeah, so we got the Mandalorian as a real thing. You see the wind, so it's all basically wind generated, and and look at that guy. I need one of those so bad. So that's cool.
What do you need it for?
Yeah, what are you doing?
Going to the store.
I
You know what I mean?
don't
Yeah.
want my feet to touch where peasants have
Just
trod.
running errands. Oh shit! Like next time my girlfriend says I want to go on a hike, I'm like, absolutely, baby. Let me just get this jetpack real quick. I will float alongside you all day long.
then we're really like what is it in Wally?
Wally.
We're just all gonna get very big and we're just gonna float around.
I don't know if you noticed, Jen, but I have a head start. All right, so here is something that was interesting. Now, obviously, they talk about global warming and the methane coming out of cows is an issue. But what I didn't know is that there's cow bloat, right? This is something that is a digestive disorder that results from the buildup of excessive gas, which could lead to untimely death from cows. So they have a treatment for this. What they do is they literally stick a needle in a cow and they let the gas leak out of them. And to make sure that the gas is all out, they light that gas on fire. So what you're seeing here is them doing just that. They poke that in the intestines.
Vents out.
Yeah. So now, of course, they don't necessarily need to do it for the environment. They're not doing it for the environment. The reason why they're lighting it is to see how much gas is left. When the flame starts to lower, then they know that there's less gas in there. And that's how they relieve bloated gas. And it makes me want these things because sometimes I feel bloated, just stick it right there in the stomach and light it. We're talking about a bar trick. I don't know if chicks would dig that, but
speaking as the only chick here.
Okay.
No.
Okay, so Jen Blanco, Rocco 2.1. If I stuck a needle in my stomach to let the excess gas out, like these cow farmers do, and then light it in a flame, and I'm at a bar and I show you I could do this. First off, you're not smelling my smelling my farts, which is a turn on. Would you not be impressed by that as a bar trick?
I mean.
See? Sounds impressed.
Possibly, but I think that I would then end that conversation and move on with my life.
Impressed doesn't mean turned on.
Yeah, it does not mean the same thing. It does not mean that word doesn't mean what you think it means.
Yeah, but okay. Here's another example.
Okay.
All right. Say we are we go hiking and there's a snowstorm and now we're stranded in a blizzard. And I'm like, oh no. We're gonna die, we're gonna freeze to death. But luckily for you, I have this pin and I ate a burrito earlier and I got built up gas. Now I can start a fire, but I'm gonna do so with my fart flame.
Yeah.
Would that be a turn on?
It would not be a turn on, but it would keep me alive. So
yeah, but then that thing that happens, like when you fall in love with someone who like saved your life.
Right.
Yeah.
Would you be able to get past it?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a very small maybe at this point.
See, you know how many first responders who are ugly got beautiful wives just because they saved lives?
Yeah, that's true.
Exactly. I mean, that is the quickest way to a woman's heart is to prevent it from stopping.
Not death. Not death.
Not death. It's the quickest way to fall in love.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like when I was alive, I was totally going after that guy with the six pack. But since I almost died, I'll settle for your fat ass.
In fairness, I almost died in September and I have not been settling since. So
who saved your life though?
Just a female ER physician.
Right. And ever since then, your percentage of leaning towards women has grown.
Absolutely. She said it herself.
See, science.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. We got your beef tip coming up after these words. Keeping the conversation like this, moving on on the YouTube podcast broadcast, youtube.com/beefvegan. Clear. All right.
Oh my goodness.
I know.
I like that we're still watching.
Yeah, you've been venting farts this whole time.
I'm watching
whole
it.
time.
I've been full screen.
I thought it would be a little more hilarious.
It was disappointing. That's why I was like, I don't know that this is a great bar trick. This is a very small flame.
Oh.
I like those flaming drinks, but I like it when it's like whoosh, and then you can drink it.
Oh, like a flaming Dr. Pepper. Okay, well, let me. I'll show you a video. Speaking of falling in love, I guarantee you these two guys fell in love. Now, here's the scenario: they're in an elevator, and all of a sudden, the elevator gives out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and drops. I don't know how many floors, but there's surveillance camera on the bottom floor where the elevator did land. So you see these guys drop and land. Now they survived, and it's the only reason why I'm going to show this video. I would not show you a snuff film.
This is a nightmare.
All right. Yes, this is a nightmare scenario that everyone that has a fear of elevators, this is their worst nightmare. Watch this though.
Or a
Watch
budding
these
one
guys
now
drop.
here.
Yeah. So they drop, and then they're hurting, right? So this guy messed up his knee, but they're going to show it again. Now you're going to see this. I'm going to see that? They're holding each other on the way down.
Yeah, that's what you're going to do.
Yeah, I would grab onto anybody in that situation. Literally anybody.
Oh, yeah. All right. There you go. So we have a chance, Powers.
There it is.
Yeah.
So put her in danger. Then save her life. I think this is actually an old thing they used to do in the 50s.
Yeah. Yep. So, obviously terrifying, and they did survive. It looks like they got minor injuries from there, but there was
Did
a
they
moment.
Try to jump? Were they trying the jump
No,
at the end, or did
no,
they just land?
I guarantee you they were just surprised
No,
by
they were hugging.
the end of it.
They were trying to hug.
Yeah. Yeah. They were falling in love. They're like, if I'm going to die, I want to go out swinging. Rock 1 2.1, who's this?
Submarine?
Yeah, thanks for the call.
Yeah, so like
Morse
radar.
code. Morse
Yeah.
code. Yeah. It was definitely in there under the grain.
Mm-hmm. And one last retweet while we're at it here. This was, I got to share TMZ Tucson drivers. This was happening the other
Oh, we
night.
got some new ones? I'm surprised we didn't make this a bigger deal.
There is, well, no, it's not a sideshow. But this was just captured the other night of somebody, and I've done this before, so I'm not going to clown on these kids too much. It's kind of like parading. Now, I used to parade, and it's kind of like ghost riding the whip. I would call it parading. I had a Nissan Maxima which had a sunroof or a moonroof, whatever you want to call it, same thing. And what I would do for fun and late at night is I would sit on the roof of my car, and I would have it in drive, and I would steer with my foot, and I would basically just wave to people. That's called parading, right? And I would go around my neighborhood blocks like that. So a great time, especially when you're like, inebriated. So you're just like parading.
I would like to just say we should not condone drinking and
Yeah.
driving as your medical personnel here on the podcast broadcast.
This is the best way to have that PSA really sink in.
Yeah.
All right. Jen, have you ever done this?
No,
Okay. And what is your profession?
I am an audiologist.
Exactly. A doctor. Okay. I have done. I did not graduate college. Okay. So
I'm an ex-convict.
yeah. Technically a felon, depending on what you look at. So this is someone who's going to be future in my club. And my club, not as exclusive. This is happening in Tucson, TMZ Tucson. Check this out.
What?
You see him?
Oh my goodness.
Just holding on to the top.
Is he getting on the freeway? Oh, thank God he's not getting on the freeway.
Still swerving around.
I
Yeah.
also really appreciate the tunes. So
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of this video.
That was the other, other car, obviously bumping the good stuff. But yeah, for whatever reason, they just said, I got an idea. Let me hold on to the top of this.
I'll tell you for
I
whatever
think-
reason.
I think-
TikTok, I bet. It's got to be like a thing for
I just
something.
thought the car was full. And
Yeah.
they're like, we got room for you on the top because that's what kind of friend you are.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's something that parents would do in the 80s without hesitation.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
true.
Just throw a kid on there.
Yeah, just hold on tight, buddy. Yep, we're going somewhere. Yeah, and the same thing. I don't know how many times I got crammed in the back of a pickup truck
Yeah.
and just going
Mhm.
all over the place, romping. I mean, going through the desert and things like that with adults who were drunk. Yeah, my parents' friends were just as responsible as I am. All right, we're almost done, so we're gonna throw some plugs and a beef tip and everything else. Thanks for coming in, Jen. I appreciate it. Todd,
Oh,
thanks for
excellent.
popping in on the stream. Is there anything you wanted to add before we let you go?
Who
Todd?
are you talking to, me or Jen? No, you called
I
me.
said
dude.
Todd. I know. I just like every now and pop in on Friday.
You
I
called
invited
me.
everybody. Yeah.
Give us some movie reviews, Todd. No, I miss. When is he coming back? When's Herb coming here? I miss him.
Well, actually,
I saw him on the
Todd
screen
and
the
I,
other day.
yeah, Todd and I had a great conversation with Herb
So
earlier on
jealous.
in the week, and you can see that full conversation
live.
youtube.com/beefvegan.
I watched.
He came down of some of the great buzzworthy films that are happening at the Sundance Film Festival right now.
Yeah.
Herb should be back in studio next Friday as well,
Yay.
and we should have a brand new studio.
Oh.
Also, we're going to have major concert announcements that we're doing and giving away tickets before they go on sale all week long. On Monday morning, there's a major concert announcement. On Tuesday morning, a different, separate major concert announcement. And again, tickets galore. I'd like to thank our in-studio guest, Jen Blanco. Remind me again when Lady Bits is happening.
Lady Bits is Saturday, February 4th at the Screening Room, 7 p.m. and 9 p.m. Two killer lineups, two completely different lineups of hilarious women from all over Arizona.
I love that. And ticket prices are, and where can they get them?
$10, and you can go to ladybitstucson.eventbrite.com.
Yeah, I love the Screening Room. It's just a place to see shows, live comedy as well. It's intimate, it's comfortable. They got the full bar there. It's right downtown. And then right when you're done with the show, you just bounce around and get wild.
Yeah.
So looking forward to that. Power's excellent job as always. We're going to wrap things up Razor is actually filling in for Robin Nash. So you got 8 hours of Razor. You're welcome, Tucson. Before we leave, let me give you a beef tip here. All right. First off, you should never cheat on your woman. But men, if you cheat on your women, never cheat on your woman with a stripper. She'll know just based off the trail of glitter from your car all the way to the bed. There's no escaping the glitter, and it never washes off you. It is like HPV.
Yeah.
You might not even know you have it, but trust me, other people do. So there's your beef tip. Enjoy the rest of your day. As always, drive safe, ride safe. See you tomorrow night at Tucson Roadrunners game for Star Wars night and rock local, right?
Yeah, that's the line.
That's the line. Let's go.
That's Friday. We haven't been here for an hour.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Will come
See you on the flip side.
to all your grief. But if you've been mean or kind of bad,
What?
I will knock out all your teeth.